Hello and welcome back to the news you missed, Recapped. This is the weekly recap of the video game news where big hitter articles came out and you might have missed them. I'm catching you up, so make sure to click subscribe if you want to come back here next week and never be out of the loop. You can also get ready to like and share. It's the best way to support me free. I have socials you can interact with me on and Patreon if you'd like to support me more directly. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to jump right in the news, and I want to start off with Pokemon news. We got a big Pokemon conference and like 4 new Pokemon games being announced, but the conference was not really like an E3 showing or a Pokemon Direct. That is still to come with Sword and Shield details, so this was more appeasing to the board of directors and stockholders and things like that. So no big deal, no issue. I recapped that. If you want to check into that, I'll leave it in the link below. I already talked about it, so I'm not going to talk about it that much here. We're talking about Pokemon themed wedding rings, though. That's a big thing, ladies and gentlemen. Now you can buy yourself a Pokeball holder for your wedding ring, and you can get yourself a thematic Pikachu or Mew ring. These rings start around $700. Obviously, you can make altercations, etchings, add diamonds, remove things, but the design itself look very, very nice, and the price is right because custom rings usually go for around $2,000 to $3,000. So being $700, that's a lot of money saved. Continuing the wedding trend, there are official Pokemon weddings in Japan also. So this is something that you might want to get into. Basically, this company was doing these weddings on the side, non-officially, then teamed up with the Pokemon company and now have officially licensed Pokemon weddings, and there's like licensed thematic food, tastefully done. It looks pretty good. Nice porcelain stuff, invitations being sent out, things that you would traditionally see on a wedding, except Pokemon themed. So it's really, really cool. Last week I talked about video game weddings, and I wanted to know your input on that. The same thing goes for this week. So what do you think about them? Let me know in the comments down below. Hey, continuing the Pokemon news, we have a Venusaur that was too scary for Detective Pikachu. So the original designer for the hyper-realistic Pokemon drawings posted a menacing version of Venusaur, and it turns out that he wanted Venusaur to look like this. It was menacing. It was very, very scary. Horrifying, even. But at the end of the day, that's how he imagined Venusaur to be. But it didn't fit in with Pokemon. There's even a Venusaur being shown in some of Detective Pikachu's trailers, but it never made it in the movie. So you might be wondering why it never made it in the movie. Well, you have your answer now. It was just too scary. For a movie for kids, obviously, you want friendly, happy-go-lucky Pokemon. The designer himself did put Charizard and Blastoise in the movie, but Venusaur never really made an appearance. So there you have it. There's your answer. Super Mario Maker for the Wii U and 3DS courses are not going to make it over to Mario Maker 2. So if you spend a lot of time on those courses, I've got bad news for you. Physical Super Mario Maker 2 goodies are only available in Japan. You're not going to get anything because this is a Japan-only exclusive. There's a lot of people fighting about whether or not we have been baited and switched. The game's not out yet, so multiple things could change. We could still be getting a stylus, even though there has been a lot of talk about it not coming with the game. But one thing's for certain, those people out there who say devs owe us nothing, you are 100% wrong. If I spend $60 on a game and I'm led to believe I'm going to get something with the game and I don't get it, well, it looks like that game pulled a No Man's Sky and completely lied to me. So yes, developers do owe people something when they are buying their game. They owe them an experience that is worth the price tag. If it's not, then they won't buy the game. It's that simple. We're going to move on. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has added a VR mode, which is pretty cool. I mean, I don't really know what to say about it. I don't think anyone will want to be fighting in Smash Bros. VR for an extended period of time. This mode is limited, and they put out a full trailer on it. So again, I will leave the trailer link in the description below, and you can check into that. It's a pretty cool trailer, and it's pretty cool to see all the stages that are supported, but not everything is supported. Again, it is a limited mode, but it does work. It's very similar to how Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild does VR, where it has a few limitations here and there, but all the same, a fun mode if you happen to have the VR compatibility. So a new Darksiders game has been leaked, which is cool. I've always thought to myself, we needed the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, and it looks like we're going to be getting it. Bungie is set to unveil the next chapter of Destiny 2 ahead of E3, so that's something. Anyways, they're going to announce that, and they said, tune in for the reveal of the next chapter of Destiny 2, Tuesday, June 6th, 10 a.m. PT. So there you go. If you're interested in that, I'm a big Destiny fan. I still play it from time to time, and I enjoy playing the game with all of the updates. It has so much content in it now that I can't even keep up. I can't even finish most of my quests because I work so much. That's how much there is to do in Destiny 2 compared to the original Destiny 1. I think they did a good job improving the game and have been building upon it for quite some time. You may disagree, and that's your prerogative, but if you like this game, this is more information and more updates for you. Iron Maiden is suing the developers of the old school shooter Iron Maiden. Do you guys remember Iron Maiden? It's kind of like a Duke Nukem Doom hybrid in the art style of those 3D shooters from back in the day. It's pretty cool, and they were definitely going for that approach, what Doom had back in the day. So the game is called Iron Maiden, and they're suing because the logo is stylized and looks very, very similar, and the name is very, very similar. Iron Maiden compared to Iron Maiden. But the logo itself is completely different in the fact that it's made of steel, it has a bomb on it. It's not 100% the same. So I think it would be very, very difficult to get this lawsuit and make sure that it goes through. People do searches, they accidentally search up Iron Maiden instead of Iron Maiden and get this, and somehow it's damaging to their band's name, which isn't true because Iron Maiden is heavy metal and lots of killing and slaughtering and things like that. So I think it fits the bill perfectly. Definitely a missed opportunity for collaboration, and instead somebody feels butthurt and wants to make some money. Call of Duty Modern Warfare announced. Wait a minute, didn't we have this game before? This is a reimagining with the original characters in a different setting. I think the game's going to be good, but it's just very, very strange how they wanted to do that. Also, crossplay will be supported in Modern Warfare, so that's good. You'll be able to play with PC and consoles. So awesome. I can't wait to see that. Hopefully Call of Duty will get some reinvigoration into the series because Fortnite and these other free-to-play games are pretty trash to me personally. Fallout Shelter sequel is really, really cool, but unfortunately it is only for China. So I have no idea why this is. Maybe they're just testing out the market, but it's pretty cool nonetheless. It's way more ambitious, way bigger than anything else than Fallout Shelter had to offer, and yet it is exclusive to China for whatever reason. Again, I really don't have any idea why this is, but it's kind of a big news story. It's kind of a big deal, and a lot of people are kind of upset about it. Those who really like Fallout and mobile games, sorry, you're going to have to wait or never get it. Google now requires app makers to disclose loot box odds, so that's good. That's always a plus. In one of them, players have a chance of getting 0.3367% in Mario Kart Tour of getting Dry Bowser. That's amazing. That's amazing. So Death Stranding had another trailer released, and a lot of people are still confused about what it was. No one knows. No one understands. Again, people are watching it, curious about what exactly is going on. Yeah, a lot of people are still pre-ordering the game, not knowing anything about it really. I think the game is going to come out and it's going to revolutionize video games just like Metal Gear Solid had at the time, with the implementation of a lot of things that really didn't matter to the core gameplay, like smoking and rations, things like that. Point is, it's just a strange way of doing things, a unique way of looking at gaming, and Death Stranding, I can't wait to see it. So, are you excited for Death Stranding, or is this another Kojima game that you really don't have anything to do with, and you don't play these type of games? You let me know. Worry not, the Sonic movie trailer has been fixed now. It's nothing amazing, it's nothing utterly brilliant, but the Sonic that replaced the previous one is much, much less horrifying. In that manner, in that way, I really appreciate the hard work that this individual has done to recreate this trailer. They've gotten over 3 million views on this trailer alone, and the like-dislike ratio is massive, making it 100% accurate that the reason people did not like the trailer was the original Sonic design was horrifying. So there you go. This is probably something that the movie is going to do, and the movie is saved being pushed back to redesign Sonic instead of releasing with a terribly designed Sonic. I really appreciate that, and I think the entire internet does as well. Microsoft plans to show 14 first-party games at E3, so there's going to be a lot of new games coming out from Microsoft. But speaking of Microsoft, Microsoft has seen fit to bring its own version of Xbox Game Pass over to the PC. Now, remember, the games have to actually be on the PC, otherwise you're just streaming from either your Xbox or another PC server. If the game's not on PC, you're obviously not going to be able to use a digital rental service to play it, which is what they have. The Game Pass program is a digital rental service. They do say games like Gears of War 5, Age of Empires Collection, things like that. A lot of these games can just be bought straight up and don't need to be rented, which, again, kind of defeats the purpose of this because you can usually get them extremely cheap. I've always thought Xbox Game Pass was a little bit overpriced. It's expensive because what you could buy and actually want to play would be much, much cheaper than affording the rental service every month. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the news you missed recap. Hope you guys really enjoyed it. If you did, you can show me with a like and help me out by letting other people know I actually exist. I've been your host, Protomario, and I'm signing out. As always, good game, God bless. Now I gotta get off here to edit this up. I'll see you in the next one, so stay subscribed and come back here next week.